5.02, equations from tables, Model B. I'm going to do Model C as well in this video. Let me erase a little bit of the work from the previous model, just to get it out of the way so it's not distracting. So complete the table. Factors. So the first thing, we're going to be doing guessing and checking a little bit. Once you get through 2 steps, then we can hopefully identify a pattern. So 10. What are the factors of 10? 1 times 10. And then we have 2 times 5. Factors of 18. 1 times 18. Let's see, we're just going to count up by 1 and see if it goes into it. And then we have 2 times 9. And we'll do that in red. Three does go into it. I'll just do that right here. 3 times 6. 4 does not, and 5 does not go into 18. And we've counted around to 6. So now we have 2 levels, layers. Let's see if we can find a pattern. I see 1 here, and I see a 2 here. That's counting up by 1. That's what we're looking for. 1 to 2. However, our 10 to 9 does not count up by 1. It goes down by 1. Anything else in here? I do see a 2 and a 3, counting up by 1. And then a 5 by 6, also counting up by 1. So there's our pattern developing. We have a 2 and then a 3, which means the next one's going to be a 4, and then a 5, and then a 6. Let's compare that with our other number. So we have a 5, a 6, so then we go into 7, 8, and 9. Let's check and see if all these equal. 4 times 7 does equal 28. 5 times 8 does equal 40, so we have found our pattern. 6 times 9 is 54. So let's complete the table over here. Oh, sorry, that's what you try. Write an equation. So we need to look up at our first pattern number. Erase my red. So from 1, what do we add to 1 to get to 2? We are adding 1. So the first part of our equation is going to be we always start with an X in both of our parentheses. And our bright green is positive 1. And then I'll do this one in orange. From 1 to 5, what am I adding? Is positive 4. So X plus 4. Model C. Complete the table. So what's different about this one is we have both a negative number and a 0. I think that 0 makes it easy for us to solve, or easier, because we know one of our numbers must be 0. Anything times 0 is 0. So it's 0 times some unknown number. We don't need to know that number, because all we need to do is we know we're supposed to be counting up by 1. So that means that our next layer is going to have a 1 here. And this is going to have a 2. And this should have a 3. So looking at this number, 1 times what equals 8? That would be 8. Assuming this 8 is correct, our next number should be 9, and then this would be 10. Let's check 2 times 9. 2 times 9 does equal 18. So we found our pattern. 3 times 10 is 30. Now let's count backwards. 10, 9, 8. Our unknown here is now known. It should be a 7. 0 times 7 equals 0. This would be a 6. Counting up from here, 3, 2, 1, 0. Then we have a negative 1. Negative 1 times 6 does equal negative 6. So it all checks out. Let's write our equation now. Okay, So from 1, how do we get to negative 1? Well, 1 to negative 1, we have our number line. Negative 1 is here, 1 is here. We are going backwards 2, subtracting 2. So minus 2. And then from 1 to 6, what are we adding? We are adding positive 5. There is our equation.